And we are underway in Buffalo. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. First and 10, it's Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd and 8. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. And they'll go right back to Pierce. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a first carry for their fullback. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play. Who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Mike Singletary coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. Stroud now on 2nd down. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. 27 yards. And the Texans post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And his task in this situation is making sure this team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Jackson now rolling to his left. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Jackson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the Texans scoop it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he'll dump this to Bo. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Again, Jackson. Got a man, that's Ward. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson over the middle completes this to Ward. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Jackson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. To throw again is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. That's complete to Ward. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now Sanders. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. On 1st down, here's Stroud. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Stroud. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result could be something you don't like.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Yeah, Sanders now to return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Another carry for Pierce. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Pierce now up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They'll run with Cook. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run for it with Pierce. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Dameon Pierce taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans will add to their fourth quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Second and 10, here's Stroud. Steps away to his left. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.